but there's always a friend. That's one of the biggest red flags for me. I remember I talked with someone, we were talking and told them to be careful about the information that they take in. And eventually it became a problem because, just to shoot straight and keep it 100, the only information you need to be taking in is from me. If this is really supposed to work, you should be taking in my program, and especially if I got the results to show that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't want to hear what your homegirls got to say. I don't want to hear what no other dudes got to say. You shouldn't be soaking up what no other dudes got to say. If you really trying to be on my program, then you should be listening to what I have to say. Because I don't have no females giving me.
Wrench, that's controlling. You're a misogynist.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. We let them get away with that for too long. Every other race of man is able to demand the same from their women, and they're getting better results. Those women are getting better results. Those men
bring
are
it
getting
back
more
to Genesis.
Yeah, man.
3:16.
And if we can't do it for ourselves, we at least can do it.
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's okay. It's okay. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's okay. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. I ain't never really wanna flex my gifts, but I think it's my time. Let me check my wrist. You can never get my shine. I'ma keep on grinding till I reach the tip top.
Hey, Riz. Listen, I was just calling really fast to see if you were available to watch The Boys. I hoping that she'll understand. I'm hoping, because I couldn't find anybody else.
Ain't it crazy how they're nicer to their friends than they are to their own husbands and ex-husbands? But
Riz, please, you can come through again.
Stephanie, he cannot keep inconveniencing you and the boys. I mean, it is.
He cannot keep inconveniencing you and the boys.
Because I couldn't find anybody else, Riz. Please, you can come through again.
Stephanie, he cannot keep inconveniencing you and the boys. I mean, it is not fair at all. He has 2 sons that he needs to help raise with you.
Wrench, what are your initial thoughts on her commentary?
There's always a friend, bro. There's always a friend. There's always a cousin. There's always an aunt, a grandma, a mother, a co-worker. Yeah, that they seek advice from, even if said co-worker, friend, relative, whatever, doesn't have the results to prove that they know what they're talking about. But there's always a friend. That's one of the biggest red flags for me. I remember I talked with someone, we were talking and told them to be careful about the information that they take in. And eventually it became a problem because, just to shoot straight and keep it 100, the only information you need to be taking in is from me. If this is really supposed to work, you should be taking in my program, and especially if I got the results to show that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't want to hear what your homegirls got to say. I don't want to hear what no other dudes got to say. You shouldn't be soaking up what no other dudes got to say. If you really trying to be on my program, then you should be listening to what I have to say. Because I don't have no females giving me.
Wrench, that's controlling. You're a misogynist.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I will. We let them get away with that for too long. Every other race of man is able to demand the same from their women, and they're getting better results. Those women are getting better results. Those men
bring
are
it
getting
back
more
to Genesis.
right. Yeah, man.
3:16.
And if we can't do it for ourselves, we at least can do it.
Facts. Facts. What about? And I'm gonna come to Tucker last because your situation. I'm kind of curious to know how that works in China. But Gerald, what about you, man? Like the friends, right? Your friends that are always being involved, that are always involved, that are always kind of put in their chatter in the ears of significant other. But I mean, that's how they cope. How do you handle that? Do you vet the friends too?
Well, this is the reason why I really stopped dating so much, because the friends would always get involved. Like they have a genuine influence over your significant other. It's just like they can't seem to like shake the like, you know, females are very very clannish. Like you need to take it back to the days where we were on the prairie hunting water buffalo and hunting quail and all that. I mean, they would group up. We would hand them the meat. They would skin it. They'd be in their little groups, laughing it up, you know, having a good time. And we'd be just, you know, sharpening our sticks and our knives and our bow and arrows, but and going out to hunt again. But the thing is like not having that nuclear family, not having that connection. Like there's like the problem is a lot of them are not ashamed of. A lot of them have been told and are not ashamed of having to dominate a man and having to get in the way and to be an inconvenience to a man's life.
Do they get shamed if they're not disruptive to a man's life?
Yeah, they do. They say, "Oh, girl, why ain't you putting your foot down when I'm old girl? Why ain't you, you know, showing up at his job, keying his car? You go do something." It's just like, I wish you would, but it's just. Like, you know, not having that certain, like, women are very, you know, sociable too. Like, man, we really don't need to socialize that much. All we need is give me 40 acres and a meal and put me to work and I'm good. I don't really need to, you know, hang out with the fellas that much. Unless it's at the barbershop or maybe in the basketball court. Like, we're going to talk eventually, but we don't need to do it 24/7. Yeah. Women need that social connection because they need to feel attached, because it's in their nature to be attached to something. That's why they need a man, because they understand that if I don't have a man around, it's lights out for me. So, I mean, with that situation with Dennis and them, it's just like, yo, it's you know, you start to see the crux of what's really wrong with relationships today. Is that?
Yeah. So, Broken, is it just as important to know and understand your girl's support system as it is to know your girl, you think?
Oh, actually, yes. Absolutely. Thinking about a job I worked at a couple years ago. Well, girl, this wasn't even so much a woman I was interested in or anything, but with one coworker, she seemed like a pretty chill, decent person, but like the manager in charge of the area was a complete. But I saw the two of them talking a lot. I'm like, okay, why is she doesn't seem the type to be interested in being around somebody that toxic. But sure enough, about like 8-9 months later, I start seeing that side in her. There's an old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Like if somebody, like one of her friends has like some personality traits, you better believe that she doesn't have them, it's gonna rub off on her.
Yes, that's crazy important. Tucker, what, you know, the lovely ladies in your neck of the woods have a slightly different support system. You know, they, you know, I think they kind of lean on their family a little bit more. And does it seem like their friends and family pressure them more often than not to do the right thing than the wrong thing?
Well, I will say this. Normally for Asian women and Chinese and Chinese girls in specific, a Chinese girl will choose her man over her friends, even if they've been friends since 20 years, whatever. But parents can break you up. Parents can absolutely break you up. But if you're married, parents won't break you up. If you have kids, they'll say no, don't divorce, whatever. But friends friends take a backseat once she's in a relationship, and if she's married, friends definitely like they'll lose friends, right? Because Chinese women are like this. When Chinese girls are single, they'll have single friends. When they get married, they'll have married friends, and when they become mothers, they'll congregate around other mothers, especially when they have children. When she has children, it's a wrap. Chinese women normally, because everything is communist here, right? Collective. So they'll move to people who are in their similar situation. So she's single, majority of her friends are going to be single. When her friends get married, she's going to get married. When she has children, her majority of her friends are going to be women with children, because they congregate for school and stuff like that, right? Women get together to put their kids in the best schools and things like that. So once you have a child with a Chinese woman, you're good as far as like not getting divorced or anything like that, or somebody coming between you. The only person that can really come between you is the mother, but that's it. So if the mom likes you, you're okay for the most part. But that's about it.
That's what's up. Yeah, because this right here, man, this right here gave me anxiety. I was like, I wanted to jump in the screen and be like, bitch, shut your bitch ass up. Listen to this.
Right, yes.
So apparently her friend Marissa didn't like the fact that I couldn't make it at that particular time. She apparently thinks I'm taking advantage of her friend.
Okay, and yeah, you're right. And I will talk to Dennis, but
I'm here for you, but you need to make him bite the bullet. You need to hold him accountable. Call him and see why he can't keep his kids and he's supposed to have them.
And what I think,
can I say something if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what gives me pause, or this is why I think American women are so dangerous, where they talk about things as if like their child is not the most important part, right? Like this is her child, right? At the end of the day, your child comes first, more than your independence. And marrying a woman like that, because women going to love their child more than their husband. I don't care what anybody says, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, if you
say that again.
Women are going to love their children. Will love their children more than their husband. I don't care what they say.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I agree.
Right. I don't care what whatever. Yeah. But at the end of the day, so if you're children are your responsibility. So, if you're like this towards your children, how am I ever supposed to expect you to be loyal and faithful and stick through the thick and thin with me when you can't even do this with your children?
I'm a gamble